Hello and welcome to the TankSpot Icecrown Citadel Raid Guide. My name is Aliena, and in this video I'll cover everything you need to know about the normal mode 25-man version of the Rotface encounter that's unlocked after defeating Deathbringer Sourfang. Rotface has 36 million health and is located in a circular chamber with pipes going all around the outsides of the room. He's pretty much a tank and spank fight with 3 twists to him that give him a bit of a Grobulous Hagen next Ramos flavor. A setup of 2 tanks, 6 to 7 healers and 16 to 17 DPS is recommended for this encounter. To start out the fight, your main tank should run into the middle of the room and turn the boss 180 degrees with the rest of your raid staying close behind Rotface's back. Once he's turned, the raid should spread out in an area right behind and next to Rotface, ideally leaving the area right around your main tank open. This is because Rotface uses an ability called Slime Spray, which is a 1.5 second cast and then a 5 second channeled AoE nature damage spell. He will pick a random raid member to cast it on, turn towards that person and then channel Slime Spray, which hits for about 7k damage per second in a frontal cone. While he doesn't hit particularly hard, you do want to avoid that extra damage on your tank if at all possible. It's incredibly easy to predict what area is going to be affected by Slime Spray since Rotface turns before he even starts channeling. Everyone in the affected area simply needs to move out of it. Now, secondly, what I'd like to explain is the environmental twist and the reason you're all stacked up in the very middle of this large room. The room is actually split into 4 quarters. At any given time during this encounter, 1/4 of the room is going to be covered by green slime that deals around 5k nature damage every second and reduces movement speed by 25% for 5 seconds to anyone standing in it. The slime will randomly cover all 4 areas one after another, but never the same one twice until all 4 have been covered at least once. That pattern repeats throughout the entire fight. It's easy to see where the next ooze flood will take place since the pipes open a little prior to that. The majority of your raid will never have to worry about this unless they get hit with a debuff that's called Mutated Infection. Mutated Infection is a disease that lasts 12 seconds, deals around 4000 damage every second, and will reduce healing received by the target by 50%. This is approximately cast every 15 seconds but seems to speed up as the fight progresses. When the debuff runs out or is cleansed, a small mutant slime baby will pop out at the affected target's feet, which is where your off-tank comes into play. People that get the debuff always need to run to the off-tank so you can pick up the slime offspring. Once 2 of these little slimes come together, i.e. after 2 infections pop, they will merge into a big slime that hits exceptionally hard and is advised to be kited along the outsides of the room, but keeping the ooze flood pattern in mind. Every person that gets a debuff after the big ooze has emerged needs to move into the kiting path between the off-tank and the big slime to ensure that the big slime is close enough to absorb the little one. The big slime continues absorbing little player slimes to power himself up, and once it absorbs 5 little oozes, it will cast a spell called Unstable Ooze Explosion. This ability has a slow cast and air travel time, but basically launches around 10 missiles into the air that are aimed at random players, or rather the ground that they stand on. They also deal considerable damage in a 6-yard range when they hit anyone, and the damage stacks. So once you see the emote, every raid member needs to move out of the middle of the room to keep it free before the bombs land. Once it explodes, the whole game starts over. Merge 2 slimes, power them up 5 times, move out of the middle, rinse, repeat. The pace of debuffs and oozes spawning seems to pick up during the battle, so ideally you want to assign someone to dispel it when the raid member is close to your off-tank, so the affected person does not have to stand around the whole 12 seconds. Key to this fight is your kiter, sufficient DPS, and relying on people with a debuff to move to the right spot at the right time without getting irritated by ooze flood. Good luck! Thank you for watching this movie. As always, feel free to ask questions or add suggestions either on YouTube or on the strategy thread on TankSpot.com. Also, TankSpot donors can download all of these movies in high definition directly from our servers. So if you'd like to learn more about that, just click the second link in the movie information box.